Hello guys, just going to do a quick audio test before we start the stream. Hello guys, we're here in Glasgow, Prestwick for today's VFR flying. Can't wait. Anyway, there we go, just make sure everything's all loaded in. Everything's all working. There we go, cool, and we can get underway. So, yes, we are here on the ground, here in Echo Golf Papa Kilo, Glasgow Prestwick, making our way down to Echo Golf Papa Golf, and then on our way then through Echo Golf Papa Tango. Just need to get Active Sky up. Actually, I should have done this before I started the flight sim because it can cause a few issues with the AI, but we'll hope that the runways are running direct today. Anyway, no, they're running like what they were before. It doesn't appear there's much on the way in the ground here. They are active, good. There's just not much in the area then. Got a cargo lux above there. There's the sound of Active Sky loading up. Thunderstorm noise. The weather here in the UK today is, how do I put this? Boiling. Absolutely boiling. You know, right now I've had a fan on all day. I've turned it off for the stream. I hope it's not too loud, but I don't know, I might have to try turning it on with the stream once to see how loud it is, but I know it's not actually that quite warm enough, but it's absolutely boiling. Right now in Prestwick, it's only 19 degrees, because it is quite far north. If we look at somewhere a bit more southern, so for example, Heathrow, it's currently 29 degrees, so it appears here in Scotland where it's just 19 degrees, they have escaped most of the crazy hot weather. It's a little bit more normal. Wind of 280 at 5 knots. There's a few clouds at 2,800 feet, but very few. Not really much at all. Right, I've started the flight on Skytrack, so just need to get ourselves underway here. So I want to go into, I'm going to get myself into, where is it? I'm looking, flight plan. We'll do the flight plan first. So here on the ground in Prestwick, Echo Golf Papa Kilo. We're heading down to Echo Golf Papa Golf, which is Cumbernauld Airport. We're looking for a distance of around 35 nautical miles. We'll be flying VFR direct. 3,000 feet should be okay for us. 3,500, 35 miles, so it's not going to take us too long. I shouldn't hope. So I'll go ahead and click OK. Get it saved in here. Perfect. There we go. Everything's all loaded in. We just want to go now to, we're going to go to our fuel, and we'll take 55% of the tank in each side, and that should be perfect for us. Just bring up this now, make sure it's all good. Bring up the ATC window. We'll tune, we don't need the ATIS, we'll just tune to ground, and see what they give us from there. Drag this down, I can see the window now, it's fine. Perfect, that is us ready to go then. Let's get the plane powered up. Make sure everything's switched on. It doesn't often want to turn on for us, however. And pressing these buttons generally does absolutely nothing. To give you an example. No, I don't know, none of these buttons really seem to do much, honestly. Parking brake's down there, though, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't know, these things never seem to want to power on for me. There we go, the speed brake's now disarmed. Yeah, these things, they never want to power on for me, most of the time. Who knows why, but... Make sure it's using all the fuel. That's cut off position. Which is where it always has been. I don't know. We'll press Control and E and let it sort out what it's doing a bit later on. But anyway, now let's go ahead and get ourselves... press Control and E. And it should set everything up. Perfect. Okay. Plane's all fired up. And... well, that should be it. Just make sure everything's set up down here. So we're going to go to Map. Make sure terrain's turned on. We'll put it up to a 30 nautical mile range. Which isn't really a 30 nautical mile range. It's a little bit less than that, but never mind. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oops, there we go. 30 nautical mile, we'll declutter it as well. Actually, you know what? We can leave it like that. Now, obviously, we shouldn't have a heading bug this time, because obviously last time we had a heading bug that caused, the GPS to break, and 2, us to land on the wrong runway in Glasgow, because I saw the heading, and I was like, oh, but obviously that was because we used a pushback that I discovered you can use to go left and right via pushback. It doesn't work. Spoiler alert, we're going to be departing to the north today, pretty much northeast, really, so we'll say northeast, yeah. Northeast, so we'll say north. Oh, that reminds me, we need to turn on the voice. I turn it off to make sure it doesn't mute my game when we're doing streams. Altitude, we're going to set it straight up to our head. It's 3,500 with a 500 per feet per minute speed. Very quiet on the ground here in Glasgow, so we shouldn't need to keep a takeoff. But it looks a bit maybe quite a long taxi down. Dunno. Okay. Cool. So, alright, we'll head inside then, and flap set to take off, and away we go. Why is the plane not moving? Oh, okay, just not enough power, I guess. I'd give it like 50% power there just to get it good. I was just checking whether I had max power still. I do. For some reason, the engines were just very slow to respond. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. Don't worry. And we're taxiing our way down to the takeoff zone now. Now, I'm not actually going to need to contact any sort of centre once we're out of here. But this is runway 31 actually, so I could request takeoff clearance from here. How long's the runway? Is that enough for us to take off? I think that might be enough for us to take off, you know. Let's request takeoff clearance. Wait for me to regret this now. That looks like quite a long runway though. I've taken off on shorter runways than this. Because it doesn't tell you this in the ATC, but you can do a short takeoff. You don't have to, because it always makes you go full length. You know, why would you go full length on the runway? There's no need. And they've got a little Ryanair 737 down there. It's quite quiet on the ground in Prestwick. Is Prestwick the main airport in Glasgow? I'm not sure. I think, isn't there another one? EGPF. EGPF Airport is main Glasgow. What's it called? Just Glasgow International, yeah. So Glasgow Prestwick is not the main airport. It's the one that Ryanair use. It's like the budget airport. But anyway, initial power. Away we go. Start the clock. Everything's all good. And away we head to Cumbernauld. So yeah, it's basically a Ryanair hub, this airport, which is why you can see there's a Ryanair taxiing out there, and there was one at the terminal. Right, there's 70 knots. We're gaining airspeed very slowly. I am full power, I think. Yeah, I am full power. V1, rotate. Oh, a bit of a steep rotation there. And positive rate. Gears going up. We can make a right turn now. Out to our airport. more relaxed at the moment. I should have the camera a little bit more zoomed in. There we go. A little bit easier to read the instruments. They're not quite that zoomed in. That pink line's not that obvious, really, if you look at it. No matter where you look at it. Anyway, there we go. We can now enable autopilot for the altitude. So this thing can relax at 500 feet per minute now and gain a little bit more. Speed. We're gonna make a right turn round now. Oh, I forgot. I don't have control of it until I turn heading off and on. We're going to enable. Oh, we've already enabled GPS on the nav system. I'm going to manually handle us at least as far as where we join up with our path. But I just want to make sure, because you can see we still need to turn right. We're off course by about 2.5 miles. So we'll just make a little right turn. Cool. And well, that should be about it now. We can retract the flaps actually. The gear was already up, yeah. So we're going to start getting some serious airspeed now, hopefully. Actually, I need to press B. I didn't actually press B to set the the altimeter. Weirdly, they never actually gave me an altimeter ATC. That's a little bit odd, but okay. We're going to go ahead and shoot in Prestwick departure now. Yes. Actually, with 32 miles out, I can just go straight over to Cumbernauld once it pops up in a mile's time. No need to contact any sort of ATC because we'll be in range of Cumbernauld, who I'm pretty sure. Are they going to have a tower? I don't know actually. I'm going to search their airport, Echo Golf, Papa Golf. They haven't got a name on Active Sky. 310 at 5 knots, the wind, QNH 3015. Remember, we are meant to be using hectopascals, but you use altimeter inches. It's traffic. Okay, select runway. We're going to be doing a runway 26, I think. Nope, 08 looks like the best, given our present heading. The winds would suit at 26. Actually, they could also possibly suit at an 8, but you know, I don't focus on the winds in this. I just focus on. Actually, it's variable as well. Variable at 4 knots. So they're pretty calm winds either way. So we're going to do a runway 26, announce full stop landing, we'll announce our position. Now we're 30 miles out, so it's going to take us a little bit of time to get down now. I'm going to enable nav now to let this thing, actually no, I don't want to do that yet. Let this thing join up with its path. We're going 3,500 feet today. There's no terrain on our route, and the altitude of the airport we're finishing up in 350 feet, so 3,500 should be absolutely a-okay for it. Perfecto. Right, we're joining back up with our course here. We can set nav in there, and it'll follow the line. Then, obviously, as long as we stay below the clouds, we'll be fine. If we get an active sky weather request for active weather, this is the most accurate weather. This is the weather that's loaded into the sim right now. So we've got a few clouds at 2,700 apparently. However, I'm closing in on that altitude and I don't see any clouds. Remember, it is just a few, obviously. So there's, you know, it's not really much cloud coverage. It's like, I think it's like 2 or 3/8 cloud coverage. I watched a video from Captain Joe on exactly what all the different things in the metals mean. Again, you know, channels like that I highly do recommend if anyone who wants to be a pilot or is interested in aviation. Mentor Pilot, you know, Captain Joe, they're all really good channels for learning lots of things about aviation in the real world. Both of them are real pilots. So, highly recommend you check them out. Just give them a search on YouTube. But yeah, they do pretty good content if you're interested in aviation. Real world sort of thing. You know, how else are you going to learn? Learning from a pilot's pretty decent, isn't it? Alright, coming to 3,000 feet now. Just press B, make sure the altimeter is accurate. It is. So just 600 feet left to climb now, so not long. We're currently 24 miles out, so we've still got, this is going to tell us here, about 7 minutes left to run. Got a little bit of turbulence here actually. Now, self-running cargo doesn't support these little sort of passenger planes. I guess it wouldn't really make sense, would it? Oh, rip. There we go, get rid of that. Brought up the coordinates, Shift and Z, brings them up, and I have accidentally done it before and wondered, what do I do? But don't worry, you can get rid of them. Easy enough. In terms of self-running cargo, they still haven't done an update to version 1.54. I was actually doing some flying off camera. I landed into Southend with some scenery installed, and self-running cargo thought the runway was made of grass, believe it or not. So they do appear to be plenty of bugs. I wrote to the developer on Discord, and he got back to me saying a lot of the issues that I encountered, landing lights in the quality wings, over 250 knots when I'm not going over 250 knots, just to name a few, and the taxiway bug we encountered in Gibraltar, and since then I've encountered it in Southend, so they're all being worked on. So that's all I got, but yeah, it's apparently they're being worked on, so hopefully self-loading cargo will be a bit of a better plug-in once all those things are fixed, but there hasn't been an update to it in quite some time, so it's been over a week now since the last hot fix, so I'm still waiting for version 1.54. Also guys, regarding the VFR streams, I'm going to be taking a short break from them after we finish this tour. Next week is going to be the last week of this tour, and after that we're going to be doing some new sort of thing on a Wednesday evening. We're going to be taking part every single Wednesday evening, if I can, in VFR UK's Midweek Madness, which is a thing where they fully staff an airport in the UK for 3 hours between 5 o'clock Zulu at 1700 Zulu and 2000 Zulu. They staff an airport, and for 3 Wednesdays a month it is in Gatwick, and then on the 4th Wednesday of the month they do a random airport. This month it's Stansted and East Midlands. They're doing one on a Monday, an extra for East Midlands, and the poll that you can vote for on their forums included Bristol, Heathrow, so they do it at a lot of their airports, and I was thinking, I actually do want to take part in their events, so we're going to throttle back a little bit now, we're going a little quickly. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. We'll probably do short flights like Jersey or Edinburgh and things like that into Gatwick. They'll mostly be short flights to try and fit. We'll try and make them under 2 hours preferably, which should be pretty easy to do really with a shortish flight. Anything under 2 hours should be pretty easy. And maybe we'll fly with some real life airlines like EasyJet and things. I'm definitely up for that. I think it's really cool. So I'll give it a try to see if I can fit it in under 2 hours for a stream. I think I should be able to. And we'll give that a go. We've actually lost a little bit too much airspeed with a little power. But yeah, I'll give it a go to see if it's any good. And I'll try doing it every week, and we'll see what comes of it. If it turns out maybe it's not as good, or I can't fit it in 2 hours or whatever, maybe as well, if I can't make it for but if I can't make a 2 hour stream, I will do some and maybe it's also every now and then on a Friday, say, I would love to continue doing the VFR streams, just differently, less often. Maybe we'll do a little bit of fun in the helicopters. Maybe we can do some of the, there's racing aircraft that come with FSX, and you can do some races as part of missions in FSX. Maybe we can give some of those a go. There are missions in FSX that I wouldn't mind giving a go. However, off camera I have tried a few missions, and a lot of them are pretty either badly thought out or bugged. A lot of them, they don't provide a lot of instructions, and it can cause you to miss objectives and things. Right, we're in land position. We're actually only 8 miles out. I don't know why it says we're 9 miles out. We're 8 according to the plane, and 8 according to the overlay, but who knows. So we'll make a descent now to 2,000 feet above the airfield, so 2,300 feet. Visibility is great. It's plus 10 statute miles. That's regular miles to other people, but yeah, So it's great visibility, apparently. So we should be able to see the airport around now. So however, actually this cloud that wasn't promised in the meta is a bit of an odd one. Clouds apparently broken at 3,000, so the clouds are a little bit thicker. However, you know, I should be able to see them from here. We're landing on 08. No, 26, sorry. Oh, no, I meant 08. I meant to say 08. I can't actually see the airport at the moment, so that's a bit worrying. I'm actually going to take control of the airplane in terms of heading wise. I'll take control of it, and we should be good to just see the airport. However, yeah, it's 4 miles away, and I do not see it anywhere. Right, I'm going to take out autopilot altogether now. I'll push back on the throttle and slow down. I can't see any evidence of an airport here. I can see where the runways are. Can I? If I declutter it a touch, they should be to the left of here. If you declutter it, you can see the direction of the runways on the map. It's quite cool because we're just 2 miles out, so I'm going to slow it right down. Flaps to full and gear down, because actually we're only a mile and a half out, believe it or not. And we're trying to descend below these clouds then. We're just a mile out, so at this rate I think we might be in a bit of trouble. This cloud's a bit thicker than advertised. In fact, we're at 1,000 feet and I don't see anything of an airport. Whoa! Right, what are we going to do here? We're going to go straight down, and we're going to make a left bank round, I think. Because I did not expect that. The cloud, I said it's advertised as being broken at 300. No, 3,000 I mean, but it's far lower than that. So we'll keep the plane steady at about 800 feet here while we make this bank. And yeah, a bit interesting. I did not expect that. Just came shooting out of an airport there. It can be quite hard to hold an altitude in these planes with this flaps and things. I'll try and lose some speed now. Actually, we can start making our left turn again now. Now we're actually a fair distance from the airport at 1,000 feet, holding it pretty steady. We're coming around to a heading of 080 now, so in line with the runway. We should be okay, I think, with the runway. We'll decrease the power a little bit now to try and slow it down. There we go. Here's our airport. And I've done our little turn. Decrease the power now to slow down to about 80 knots, which is what I want. Oh my word, this cloud! Where did that come from? And the problem is we're flying VFR. I haven't got an ILS or anything I can follow, so, you know, this cloud is actually a lot lower than advertised in the meta, and there's no TAF available to help. Right, coming down to the airport now. And we'll try and do a steady landing. There we go, minus 143, that's a nice butter, look at that. And obviously we did it pretty slowly, so that was a lovely landing, a little bit off centre. Oh my word though, did not expect that, Okay, flaps in. We're probably going to be taking off runway 26 because that's what the winds allow for. Yeah, that cloud, I don't know where it came from, that's a low cloud on final there, but whoa, that was interesting. Anyway, make a little loop it and park it up. Whoa, that was interesting, wasn't it? That was well interesting. When we're taking off runway 26. Okay. Right, let's cut the fuel. And the engine will follow with it. There we go. Stop the clock there. 15 minutes flight time. We're going to be doing, obviously, one more flight and then that'll be it for this week. Flying down to Echo Golf Papa Tango now. So we'll go into Flight Planner. Clear. Echo Golf Papa Golf, which is Cumbernauld. Echo Golf Papa Tango, which is Perth. It's called Scone. The airport's called Scone or Scone, depending on how you pronounce it. I pronounce it Scone. Some people might say that's fancy. I don't think so, but why not? Yeah, so down to Scone in Perth. Echo Golf Papa Tango. 3,500 should be perfect again. 34 miles, pretty much the same distance. We'll go ahead and save that flight then. Cumbernauld to Scone. What a nice name. Anyway, save that. That should be all in there. I'll set the altitude on there up to 3,500 and go into the overlay, and we'll change that now. There you go, 34 miles away, it's registering on there. Press B, make sure the altimeter is set perfectly. It is. We won't need to contact any ATC on this flight either. Flaps 5 can be set. I need to stop recording this first flight and start recording the next one. There we go. Skytrack, recording has started. And announce takeoff. We are departing. Is that still the old flight plan? Right, start the engines. Looks like the old flight plan. We're not departing to the south. I think it's doing it based on current heading, isn't it? We're departing north, really, but whatever. Right, away we go then. Away we go, ready for departure then. Get a little bit of power. Taxi up to runway 26, ready for takeoff down to Scone Airport. From there it's just 60 miles to Aberdeen Dice, where we are going to finish this tour. That'll be next week. And then from there we will resume. We're going to start doing some midweek madness from then, so I can't wait for that. Anyway, park up at the gate then, not the gate, the runway, what am I on about? Park it up there, and, well, initial power. Skytrack is running. Autopilot's ready. And initial power, flaps set. Start the clock, and, oh, what on earth? Can anyone explain how that fog just instantly appeared? What? And the METAR is showing sunny. Yeah, right, METAR. Sure, sunny. That's correct. We'll try and get out of this fog as quickly as possible then, because VFR planes do not like fogginess. In fact, there it is. It's gone. If anyone can explain that, I'd love to know. Right, gear up on the climb out. Clouds are probably going to be quite random to us, I should imagine. Nice steep climb out. And nearest airport list, we'll sort that out later. And going to make a right turn now, pitch the plane down. And autopilot can come in for the altitude. Of which it's not doing properly. Hello? Autopilot, you're not doing the job properly. There we go, it's doing it now. It wasn't wanting to climb then for a little bit. Right, 130 knots, flaps in. I'm going to continue my right turn now. Oh boy, you're going to start gaining some altitude pretty well now. Try and get away from these clouds if we can. Would be rather nice. It's a little bit more cloudy than advertised, but there we go. We're just 34 miles away, so we don't need to contact a centre or any kind. Give it 4 miles and we'll be able to contact Scone Airport. Whether they have a tower, they don't have a tower, they might just have a traffic frequency. We're going to have to enable navigation here because of how cloudy it is. We're going to have to go IFR for a moment before it can take control again, because we can't go doing VFR flying in this level of cloud. The weather's not really the nicest. It's a bit shocking, really, I think, given the weather. Scone has actually got its own weather name rather than just airport. It's 102 at 3 knots. According to this, it's night time. The sun's set. I doubt that somehow, but whatever. Right, we're climbing up through 1,400 feet now. Oh dear, excuse the cough. No worries. Honestly, as soon as someone coughs, everyone looks up. Anyway. Right, passing 1,500 feet now, very slow climb of 600 feet per minute. I'm just going to look quickly at the altitude of our airport, 400 feet, so that's okay. Pretty simple altitude, not too high, not too low. Managing a pretty steady speed here. We're currently 31 miles out, so it's currently on a course to intercept our GPS path, which I'll just leave it at now. Should be alright and fine. There you go, Scone. They have got... no, I thought I said tower for a moment. We're currently at a heading... we're going to be at a heading of roughly 3. So we're going to use runway 03. We'll announce our position. We're 30 miles out at the moment, so it'll still take us a little bit of time to get down there. We've only flown 7 miles so far, we've got 30 left to go. There we go, climbing up. Oh yeah, runway 03 should be right ahead of us pretty much, hopefully. Because we're currently at a heading of 050. And that's going slightly more towards 03 now as well, so that's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Right, 1,300 feet remaining. Until we hit our cruise. We're currently at a heading of 040 pretty much, so almost bang on for a 030 runway there, which is great. I do like doing these streams. They're nice, calm flying. It's, I mean, so I enjoy doing them, but they don't get very many views. 2, I like flying really. These smaller planes, they're not quite the same. I mean, as much as I like relaxed flight simming, I'd rather just get on with it honestly now. And, you know, the more opportunity to get ATC, the better, really. So, yeah. Right, 900 feet remaining. Just press B, make sure the altimeter set's okay. It is. So, we've got 900 feet remaining. 800 feet remaining now. To our cruise level of 3,500 today. Hopefully we can get above these clouds. It's almost like fog. It is partly cloudy down in Scone, but it's saying few at 4,400 feet above the ground, so it should be okay. Right, 500 feet remaining. That should be all fine. To get up to 3,500. We'll be there for quite a while actually. I mean, we've still got 22 miles left to run. That's saying 23 or whatever. Yeah, not bad. ETA, but according to the overlay, about 8 minutes. But we'll try to go as direct as possible there, but you know, if we have to circle the airport like we did back in Cumbernauld, that's absolutely fine. No problem. If we do have to do that, I have not got an issue. Anyway, got 6.5 minutes. No, we've been in the air 6.5 minutes now, so not bad. I'm not expecting the airport in Scone to be particularly big if it doesn't have a tower or anything. Obviously, Aberdeen Dice is a pretty big airport. It's the largest airport we've flown into, really, since Cardiff, when we took off. And Prestwick is also pretty large, but you can't really... I wouldn't say Prestwick because it isn't a main airport. Glasgow International, Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot is the main one. And then EGPK Prestwick it's a smaller one, the more minor airport, mainly used for Ryanair and general aviation, because Ryanair always fly into those sorts of airports. For example, Dusseldorf, Wies, Paris Beauvais, or whatever it's called, something like that, and many others. Milan Bergamo, is it, I think? I don't know, there's 3 Milans, isn't there? And they fly into the one that's far away. The other, Rome, is it Rome, Fiampino, Girona instead of Barcelona? There's plenty of them you can list, where Ryanair fly into what is a cheaper airport rather than your average larger airport. Stansted instead of Heathrow. You know, there's plenty examples, and there's loads and loads of examples. And you know, Prestwick instead of International Glasgow. Yeah, I can think of loads. Right, the cruise past about 36 now. Is a pretty good cruise sort of thing for this aircraft. And there we go. 16 miles away now. The clouds have cleared up a treat, which is rather nice for us. Makes our life a little bit easier, don't it? Cool. Excellent. Anyway, yep, we are at 3,500 feet. Got a little bit left to run now. 4 minutes, it stinks. My overlay is saying 5. I trust my overlay a little bit more than this. Whoa, lag spike. And yeah, 13 miles now left to run. Being jolted around a little bit with this turbulence. Ground speed's maintained pretty steady. It's the true airspeed. It's that airspeed there that's indicated airspeed that does all the ups and downs. Not bad though, not bad. See, our airspeed's going a little bit nuts, never mind. We're 12 miles out now, so visibility is fine. And I'd say it's actually fine, unlike the last day. In fact, there we go. That looks like Scone to me. We've got multiple runways. That fits the bill perfectly. Runway 03 then. We'll declutter it so I can see what we're doing. That's not a help. It's where the Perth VOR is actually, quite funnily enough. It is in Perth. Not the Perth in Australia. The Perth in Scotland, just saying. Right, okay, let's take nav control of the aircraft then. We're 10 miles out. We'll descend to 2,000 feet above the airport, so 2,400 feet. And we'll decrease the power back just a little bit. 9 miles left to run still. Going to be just a very slow 700 foot per minute descent. And there's runway 03. That we're going to aim to land on, I think. That looks perfect, yeah. That looks roughly a 03 heading. Don't think there's anything else matching it, so... weird, I saw that I think there were 3 runways here, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously, each runway has 2 sides. So there should be 3 runways here. However, I can only see 2 at the moment, so unless one's maybe a grass runway. But they're quite rare. But I do only see 2 at the moment. That's definitely the correct airport. There aren't really any other airports in the area, honestly. Otherwise, they'd show up on our GPS, obviously. Right, we'll go down to 1,400 feet per 1,400 feet now, at 600 feet per minute. A bit more of a steady descent then. Down to the altitude of the airport. It's 1,000 feet above the airport. It should be a pretty nice descent. No, pretty nice arrival. This it's actually pretty perfect. It's also pretty, you know, it's bound with the winds, which are 1,003 knots. You're gonna start making a little left turn here towards the airport. We're going to introduce 1,000 foot per minute now, down to, well, 700 feet, let's say. Actually, no, I think we can go back to 700 feet per minute. And it should be alright for us. There we go, I have the airport in sight. We're going to decrease our throttle just a little bit now. Well, we're 1,000 feet out now, so no, we're 4 miles out. I don't know why I said that. So I want to descend just a little bit more now. Completely idle it. Flaps to set to the first position and gear down. Once the gear are down, there we go. We'll go flaps full then. Ready to start slowing this thing down. We're on a heading of 030, so that means we are heading for the correct runway. Looks like quite a short runway, so we'll aim for a very slow kind of arrival here. And finally, autopilots can come out. Just check that's all good. I don't think I'm not sure what the stall speed of this thing is totally, but I think we're okay. And the aircraft's pretty much idled now. We'll let it slow itself down. We're at 110 knots, so I would like to decrease my speed a little bit more. We can decrease speed brakes. Not that they really do anything, honestly. I mean, look at the speed brakes. Those little teeny red sort of things you see. They're not massive. I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty small aircraft, so you don't really need massive speed brakes. You need to disarm them now as well. Because according to the plane, they're still out. There we go, we'll disarm them like that. Right, passing 80 knots, status is now perfect landing speed between 70 and 80 knots. Perfect for a good landing. Oh, give it a bit more throttle. We're starting to lose a bit too much altitude. Don't want to drop out of the sky just yet. It's a little bit until the runway. We're on final now. I mean, I don't know why I bother with announcing on these traffics. There's no AI that fly here. Ooh. Anyway, minus 129, a little bit early. Not really that early though. Minus 129, probably the best landing I've ever done in this thing, and it was nice and slow. I think that's maybe why I do bad landings in these planes, just too quick. And that solved the problem. Right, stop the clock there, 14 minutes, flaps in, and we'll make a little right turn. And we are clear of the runway, and we're going to taxi ourselves, well, just a little bit over here, really. There we go, all fine. We can get rid of the ATC now. And before I forget later, I'm going to turn off the sound of the ATC, because it's one thing I always forget, and it's one thing that is an absolute pain. I accidentally went to save it there and didn't need to do that. We'll just announce taxi to make sure that the audio is gone. It is good. Right. And stop there. Parking brakes on. And cut the fuel. And there we go, guys. I'll make sure the fuel tank selector is in the cut off position. All fine. There we go. And that is it, guys. We can head outside now. Get rid of active sky. You can see it just goes clear after that. And there we go. We can get rid of the autopilot now as well. There we go. And that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Been a very short little VFR stream. Typical 45 minutes to an hour. Next week's will be quite short. That is because it's just a 60-mile flight over to Aberdeen, and that is all we can do. Today we've flown 70 miles, so it's roughly the same distance, only a little bit less. It's just over one flight rather than two. And that will be it then for the VFR flying. I will probably still do some VFR flying, maybe on Friday evenings, if I want to fit it in and things, but overall we won't do it too often. Just press. It's nuts how the ultimate changes, and I've turned it off active sky. But there we go. That is it for today. I hope everyone really enjoyed watching the stream. As I said, next week will be the very, very last of these VFR streams on a Wednesday evening, unless, I discover the midweek madnesses don't really work out. To give you an example of what midweek madness is, I'm just going to go on to Vatsam's event page. There is actually one on tonight. It is the last Wednesday of the month, of course, so they are doing the special one. And you can see here, Stansted midweek madness this week. midweek Madness feature week. Go to Stansted for usual times and just full ATC. So I will definitely be making sure to come along to some of those. And starting from 2 weeks from today, that's what we'll be doing with our Wednesday evenings. We're probably going to be taking a flight from like Edinburgh to Gatwick, or Jersey to Gatwick, or maybe Paris to Gatwick, something like that. It's going to be. But anyway, that is for 2 weeks' time. Next week, join me 7 p.m. BST to fly over to Aberdeen Dice for the last of these VFR streams on a Wednesday evening. Next stream is going to be Thursday afternoon. We're going to be doing that Thursday afternoon. We're going to be flying from Gibraltar down to London Heathrow, ready for Saturday, when we're going to be going from Heathrow to Leeds, Bradford, and back. Week after that, I'm not totally sure yet. Obviously, VFR on the Wednesday, and then after that, I have been waiting for some VATSIM events to be scheduled, but there has not been anything on VATSIM Israel, VATSIM Middle East and Asia, VATSIM UK. I haven't seen anything, so I'll probably wait until the end of this week, and then if there's nothing, I'll just go ahead and schedule the flights. Anyway, that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all really enjoyed. I will leave you with the background music, and of course, do consider liking and subscribing. Come on, guys, just 10 more subs until that awesome 100. Let's do this. Come on, 3 digits of subscribers. This channel can do this. I know. All we need to do is push for it. I mean, they have died down. Sadly, they have died down the subs in the last few weeks. But come on, guys. I need your subs. Keep coming on those subs. But anyway, that aside, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next one. I will leave you with the background music, and bye-bye! Those bye-byes are getting worse, I'm positive. My voice doesn't like them. Bye-bye! That was better. Bye, guys.